I feel like I did not think I was going to be the first one to lose actual content.
Well, no, I was the first one.
I think, yeah, we've already lost.
Mine glitched out, remember, for like 10 minutes.
That's true. Man. All right. Well, hey, welcome to Almost a Podcast. Again. This is
Again,
Sean,
not that you guys know.
with Colton and Michael here.
Hi.
What's up?
My recording software did a dumb. It did a dumb. I don't
crashed.
know what the heck just happened. Like, I feel like I really have to have everything 100% ready, as opposed to changing things on the fly. Because apparently that's not good to do.
Yeah, apparently plugging your headphones in, just, when you're recording, it just crashes the whole system. Yep. It gets out, It takes out multiple layers.
I changed output, from my speakers to my headphones, and that just blew up everything apparently.
Yeah. Typical Mac users, right?
Yep.
I think that's more of a Windows joke, but
slightly attacked, but all right, that's fine.
That's okay. My Discord doesn't even work, so I'm on Windows.
That's true, yeah.
yeah. You
literally just
the one who's constantly glitching out in their Discord.
Yeah, I'll open the actual app in my Windows Discord, and all of a sudden I assume, I don't exactly know what it sounds like, but it just starts glitching out, start becoming a robot, and then it's just static or something, and you guys can't understand me at all. And it happens every 30 minutes in that app. I have to restart.
It's like what happens when you turn the auto tune up to 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just 100% random. I'm really enjoying our streams.
Not a self-plug at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not a self-plug at all. But
yeah,
because I like playing games with my friends. So that's why they're
absolutely
fun. But here's the thing. I don't think I would ever want to be a streamer.
Really?
I think it sounds like a nightmare to be a streamer.
I actually think it sounds awesome to be a streamer. I used to think the way you thought, Sean. I think playing video games all day would be awesome.
I used to be a boy, and now I'm a man.
Yeah.
Being a gamer all day? Are you kidding me?
It would be so much work. Yeah. And I hate talking for that long.
Yeah, but do the streamers...
And you need to be so consistent, and it's just a lot of work.
Do they actually talk that much, though? Or do they just...
Oh,
yeah. They're nonstop.
Really?
High engagement with chat.
Or do they just clip the good engagement moments? I don't know.
I think if you watch an actual stream all the way through, people are just talking the entire time.
Yeah. It's got to maybe develop that personality. I guess maybe after 2 hours, I could see myself being really, really tired, and my social battery would just be 8
hours
drained.
a lot of the times.
I wouldn't do 8 hours.
Subathon, subathon where you're up for. Have you seen some of those?
I could not do it. Could not.
Yeah. If we got popular enough, I would do a subathon. It's we just all sit in a room, play games. You wouldn't do it, dude. If
I would drop in and out maybe while you lead it.
Oh man,
I'd go to bed.
That would be so fun. That's hardcore though. That's when your job is basically streaming. Is when you would do a subathon.
That would be your job. You couldn't do that with another job. Yeah. But I still have a ton of fun doing our streams because it's just fun playing games.
Yeah.
So it's
and just dicking around
just dropping in and playing things. And I like how we're playing more games now.
Yeah, we're playing a lot of new games and trying out a lot of new stuff that I probably wouldn't try otherwise, which is really fun.
Absolutely.
I definitely wouldn't get a lot of these games.
The Hunt Showdown was one I'm I've never heard of this. And then
Hunt Showdown.
I'd heard of that, but I was never going to buy it, until you're that seems like a fun game to play. I'm you're right. That would be a fun game.
Have you guys legitimately been enjoying that game, you think? I honestly, Hunt, I think is really good. I think it's a really good game.
I think it's a good game.
I think it's more fun, at least for our group, than Apex.
Well, we actually do really well in Hunt.
Well, we have been. I mean, we're still
we're undefeated.
We're undefeated in Hunt Showdown, But we are in the low elo, I think, still.
Yeah.
So we have to wait, but...
What I saw is on our elo scale was it was halfway. There's 5 bars, and we're at 2.5 right now.
Yeah. Yep. Once we all hit a certain level, it just probably... I think it automatically puts us to 3. It's you're good enough now to hit it with the big boys. So we'll have to see if we can.
Well, then we'll just stomp them too.
I think we will. I think we'll be pretty good.
We've been having fun, and we've gone against some difficult teams. And
Oscar Bricadocco is
Oscar Bricadocco, the
Dude,
legend
I love the names,
of
man.
Oscar Bricadocco. Yeah,
I'm never gonna find a cooler character than Oscar Bricadocco.
Yeah.
Yep. And just wait till we lose your first match with him, and he's like gone forever now.
I probably would just quit the night. Like,
No,
just
you gotta
stop
keep fighting. Gotta keep fighting. Just his legacy must live on in the next hunter.
Dawn or whatever other character I have.
All my characters suck except for the one I got in the first round. It's like it's
same.
like Jim Perfo or something like that, and it's just this random guy with a cowboy hat.
That
Wait,
is
what?
there a way to customize the characters, like how they look?
I don't.
Or you just have to roll for them.
I don't think so. You can buy a DLC character with a skin, and you can reapply that skin to other hunters if you use actual money to buy it. But other than that, I don't.
Well,
think
you can also
not
get
to do
them.
that.
So you can get them with like the blood points, whatever they are.
Yeah.
But they're expensive. They're like 500 or something like that, unless they're on sale. And there's only a limited supply that you can get with blood points, and it's like 300. I think it's like 300 something of like the main currency to actually re-up it if they die. So it's kind of like, is it really worth it?
Well, I think they're purely cosmetic, aren't they?
They are cosmetic.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
At least,
So it really has no bearing at all. However, I like crafting the story.
Yeah. Oscar Prickadoko.
Oscar has been fighting these people forever, and he's undefeated.
We're gonna get into the game with Oscar, and Sean, you're gonna be so invested. We'll be like approaching a team, and we're like, you know what? Let's just extract. Let's just go back. Like keep Oscar alive.
Well, I almost lost him the last game we played. You know?
Yeah, you did
because I was down, and then if you make it out of that engagement, then.
Dude, that
It's gone.
engagement is great. I got like, what was it 6 kills?
Mike got 6 kills. He's like, I'm like, didn't get a kill the entire night,
Yep.
and it's like, jeez.
Creeping around in the cornfield was awesome.
That was a good
love
time.
that when you're like trying to serpentine away from people.
Yep.
That's so much fun.
That was really fun. It's like the game is so good because it's not about killing other people and winning all the time. It's just like the experience and just going through the motions of each match is really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of stealth games, and that game encourages stealth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where a lot of stealth games don't they go into a multiplayer function, don't encourage stealth or reward you for being stealthy.
Right.
And this game does. So I do like how they were able to do that.
Yeah.
Because I love stealthing.
Yeah, it's really
around.
good.
It does.
What do you
It's like the suppressed pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think is our next streaming game? What do you think?
I don't know. Sea of Thieves would be kind of cool, just because I think it plays to our strengths in the sense that we can just be like, oh hey, there's a ship over there.
Go
turn
get
the
'em.
ship and just
Yeah.
go fight them.
Yep.
Like it's random.
Dude, and also we could have
do.
more people, right? Like we could have Gus and
Yeah.
Zach and a bunch other of our friends in and just like dick around with them.
And just dick around in the seas. Yeah. And the
It's
game
a really pretty game. I did get it, and just to get it because it's on sale right now, so I figured why not.
I heard it's like
And it's pretty. Like it's really. I was sitting on the prow of the boat. I look in the waves. Go. I'm like, wow, this
I
is
could
beautiful.
sit here for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I heard
relaxing.
it's really easy to get on and off because some of my friends at work play it, and they explained it as you get like account XP for every time you get in a match, but each time you get into a new map, you start fresh without any loot and without any gun modifications.
So like a
modifications
BR
or something. Kind of, yeah.
Like a BR.
It's not BR,
Okay,
but
yeah.
you like accumulate your loot and like the long-term match you do until you log off again or something like that. We'll have to see. But it sounded it's like really even for anyone who gets on. You're all on the same playing field. You don't have all these really good weapons that you might get in a lobby with. It's all kind of scavenge based.
That's
Well,
cool.
as far as I'm aware of, it's cosmetic for the most part.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what your weapons look like. You just have a sword and you have a gun, and there's like a blunderbuss, but that's kind of it. There's no like. You don't get
I think
different.
there's a fish gun. I remember seeing some
fish
gameplay
gun.
of it. And there's
But
like
there's not like different tiers of pistols. It's like the same
Yeah.
one that everyone has.
Yeah, my friend-
Even if it looks different, it's just cosmetic.
My buddy said that the main point of the game was just to get cool skins. Like that is the point of the
Yep.
game. So that is
It's-
fun.
It's you being a
Destiny.
pirate. You
You're
go
being a
around
pirate, yeah.
and you dig up treasure to then get more loot,
Get
and
more
that's
loot
kind of it.
and you loot.
It's definitely not a game that I would play on my own. It's only a game I would play with other people
right.
to just kind of mess
I'm
around
going to
with.
pick it up. Also, I do want to try. I think I sent you the link to it. It's the new. It's like Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt.
Yes, Battle Royale.
You said
it's basically another Battle Royale.
Apex with vampires.
Apex with vampires, yeah, kind of the same, like different abilities, kind of thing. And I'm like, all right, maybe we can specialize in that rather than like something like Apex.
Right.
If it's free to play, I'll
It is
try
free to play.
It is free to play.
No question.
Yeah.
There's no.
I'll try it.
No
too.
barrier to entry right there. I'm down.
Yeah. I know.
Easy
It'll probably be
money.
a little bit more action-packed, fast-paced than something like Hunt. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a little more janky too, because it's like
Definitely more
an
janky.
alpha game.
Dude, we can optimize. If we're one of the first people to get good at the game, we could just be pro streamers in that game. We could be
Pro
almost a
vampire
podcast, almost a
hunters.
vampire.
Yep.
Let's go.
Because we have 8 hours a day to
Vampire
dedicate to a specific game.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no. I'm good. But it'd be fun just to fuck around in it and just
Oh yeah, I'm down to try.
It would
Yeah.
be.
There was this battle royale game that's like a stick man battle royale. Have you guys seen this game?
Stickman?
Where-
Is it stick? It's not stick fight, right?
It's they're not actual stick figures, but they're super basic and they're like googly eyes and everything. And there's the walls.
Is it hot dogs and hand grenades?
No, it's like this game where. Let's see if I can look it up. There's it closes in, so like there's giant pillars that'll come in from the sky,
Okay.
land, and then connect to form the circle that is everything. So it's kind of cool.
And it's like all
don't even
Unity,
know.
right?
It kind of looks like Human Fall Flat, but in battle royale. And there's magic. I think it's called Totally Realistic Battle Simulator. I bet that's it.
Tabs?
Nope, that's not it. Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. Is this it?
Totally accurate battleground.
Yep, this is it. Totally Accurate Battlegrounds.
Tab
It's
G.
this super dumb looking
Yeah, this looks.
game. I don't know.
This looks really funny.
Is it free to play?
I
Oh.
don't know.
It's like the
There's
googly.
a trailer though on YouTube and it's pretty funny.
I thought this was like not an RTS simulator. These guys
me
made like
see- let
one
me see
game
if-
where it's like you could pit like 3,000 wizards against like 3 golems or something like that. I thought.
So well that's the battle simulator, but there's
Oh.
also like a it's Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is what you want to look for.
Oh, okay, okay.
Totally Accurate
Yeah.
Battleground. Free. Easy. Let's go, guys.
All right, let's do it.
What's the catch with this one? Is it just really goofy?
It's just goofy. Yeah, it's just goofy, but it'd be a good game to try because it's just like PUBG, but
yeah.
with
Yeah.
like it feels like more ragdoll physics and
Yeah.
magic. And,
I'm 100% down for that. That
I'll
sounds
try
like
it.
and
I'll try it.
does it have open mic on it too?
Maybe I don't know.
If it does, that's going to be amazing. Because
I
open
love
mic
open
on,
mic.
yeah, it's so much fun.
And it's just got a lot of like charm to the game. Like here's the features it says: up to 60 players, parentheses wobbling around, squad, duo, and solo mode. Great for first dates.
Oh.
Physics-based parkour. The wobblier, the better. Fun size map for fun size people.
I like these devs, man.
Catchphrases: speak freely in this game using 3 words.
Using 3 words.
Yeah, so it's like it's silly.
It's silly. I
All
like
right,
it.
That'd be a
I'm down.
fun thing to jump into because it's free. Why not?
Yep, add it to the hard drive.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna run out of space on my hard drive. I only have
Dude,
a terabyte.
same.
Yeah, I have to
I've
keep
got-
shuffling games.
I've got 2.5 terabytes, and one of my drives is almost completely full on games.
2.5 terabytes for your game drive. That's crazy.
I need
Is
like
it- I've got-
5 terabytes
I've got
for my
two.
games.
I've got one which is a hard disk drive. That's a terabyte hybrid drive, and then I've got 256 solid states. And yeah, my hybrid drive is almost full on games. It's like at like
My
900
main
gigs
computer
right
is
now.
all solid state. It's actually all NVMe, I think.
Oh motherfucker!
It's not a lot though. I mean, they're only like 256 or 512 gig drives. But
Dude, NVMe's are amazing though.
yeah, that's definitely. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 drives. my computer, and they're all like, about 100 gigs free. But that's just my computer, and then I have my actual like storage on the NAS.
That's a whole other
on the NAS, on the cloud.
Yeah,
Yep, the home cloud.
The home cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So besides talking about just what games we're streaming and all that bullshit, what are we talking about today?
That was it. I don't know what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
and the podcast. Cyberpunk
End the podcast.
15 minutes
there
in.
We go.
No,
we did want to talk about that one show, Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
that basic show.
That it's a pretty little known show.
You just call Attack on Titan basic?
It's very niche.
Yeah.
It's very mid. Sorry.
And
Hot take.
And we just lost all of the viewership. Good.
Oh God,
no, but we were going to talk about that because part 2 of the final season just finished recently, like a week or two ago. Soon to be a part 3 of the final season next year, but we wanted to talk about it enough where we didn't want to wait another year to actually talk about Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
To even though I really wanted to finish it and then talk about it, even still, I think that's too long to wait.
Yeah, I can't.
So
wait
we're gonna do that.
Yep. And
it's
just
obviously going to be heavy spoilers.
Yeah.
For this entire episode here, or going forward, about all of the major twists and turns that happen in Attack on Titan. So,
yeah, no
plug
manga
your ears.
spoilers though. I have read the
More.
manga, just a thing, but I will make sure not to spoil anything or even hint at anything, because Sean especially will get on my ass
will
about
kill
it.
him.
Sean will quit
Exactly,
the podcast if Mike spoils Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sean
no
will literally
spoilers
come to my house
past
and shoot me.
Part 2 season. Shoot, how do they do this?
Attack on Titan.
Season
final
4,
season,
part 2.
Part 2. It's the final season,
okay.
not season 4. It's the
Is
final
it?
season.
Oh my God. Okay, this is getting out of hand. Now
Yeah.
there's 3 of them.
Yeah,
there's 3 parts. Why do they do this?
It's kind of silly, but
Well,
we talked about that a bit before the other episode where it just doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
It doesn't.
regardless, we have it already, and we're gonna keep watching it. But I don't even know how we start this topic because
I was curious
It's-
on. Sorry, Sean. I don't mean to interrupt you. I was just curious if we wanted to start this way. Out of 10, is there a number you'd give Attack on Titan this like most recent part 2 of final season? Could you give it a?
Well, just we can talk about the final season as a whole because I don't think we've talked about it yet.
Sure. What would you give it as a number out of 10? I'm
10.
curious. You give it a 10?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Attack on
Really?
Titan overall for me is a 10 out of 10.
I mean, overall,
Attack on Titan overall is a 10.
yeah.
However,
the final season, I would.
season by season, I don't know, maybe a 9.
Part 1 was definitely a 10. You're
Part
right.
one
Maybe
was
this
a 10?
final season. There's some pretty awesome moments in this final
It's just because
season.
it's a build-up. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
That's for me. I'd give it like an 8. I'd give it an 8.
Really?
And I
Bro,
think it's
when the
not like
walls come down.
I'm not saying it's a bad show, but I'm gonna look like the guy who's being Nancy negative on this
Yeah.
whole show. Well, I
mean, it's still
think
good,
it
but-
is mostly a build up, and it's just there hasn't been an amazing amount of quality of the show that has gone up to this point. Like it's been very story based, and I love it. But to be completely honest, and we'll dive into this maybe more as we get into the subject. I just feel like Mappa specifically could have done some things better than what they've done. I don't know if it was because they have other shows airing and they maybe had resources to split up, but there wasn't like a lot of time to showcase their talent in animation, I thought, overall.
Well, there wasn't many, close-up fights.
Yeah.
It's really wide, shots, essentially, this whole show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
But-
think the first part where they're in Shinganshina and Eren and Zeke team up, like that's some pretty good animation.
That was good.
Also, just
But there's no Levi Alley scene, you
yeah,
know?
like that was
that's
God
true.
tier.
Yeah,
That
but
was like
that's wit too.
the best
though. Like,
I think Attack on Titan's been.
Yeah,
As far as animation goes.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, honestly, the animation in Attack
Yeah.
on Titan isn't stellar overall. It's like it's very plain.
Yeah, it is pretty plain overall, I suppose.
But it tells a story, man. Like the eyes, like the darkening of the eyes, right? Like how I mean, he's pulling from.
No one does like we're gonna die eyes better than
absolutely,
than Attack on Titan.
It's literally
or just like Revolution.
Yeah, it's literally they're consistently in like depression eyes the whole time.
Yeah, or stressed out PTSD eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So for me, why it's probably 9 or 10 is just the whole, like, it was great to see that arc with Eren and like the whole Eren Zeke in the Titan realm or whatever it's called, the paths. And just seeing that whole thing, right? Like the moment you have that revelation of like Eren has been doing everything from the basically pushing the memories to his past self from the beginning. You're like, excuse me, what the fuck just happened?
And I think that's definitely, we're not presenting this in a very logical manner, but like I think taking the entire arc of Attack on Titan, it's been super cool to see the development from kids, we're going to go save the world, you're very isolated view of the world, it was very simple when Attack on Titan started. You had humans versus Titans,
Yep.
And then the progression since then has been really cool to see and just really like inventive, I think, in how they progressed. And I was even thinking about this with the intros over the seasons. Initially the intro is very like full of hope and fighting
like
spirit,
victory.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go fight the Titans, and then it got slightly darker and more confusing. Like I think 1 or 2 seasons ago, initially we didn't like the intro.
What was it?
But then it grew on us.
Our War, whatever it was.
I don't remember the
part
name
1
of
the final season.
But it was different, and it was very like off-putting in a way, and I think that might be intentional to see like this is a huge change in how the story is going, and now especially with the latest one, the Rumbling, it's just pure chaos.
Literally just heavy metal anger and just unbelievable.
And where everyone's just fighting and mad, like that's
it's
really
cool
to see how even the intro music has changed to reflect the content of the show over time.
Yeah. Also, like some of the symbol, right? Like one thing that really stood out to me was Sasageo, right? Or is it Shinzo Sasageo, right? Like sacrifice your hearts, right? And how that has been changed so much. Or initially it's like, all right, this is like something like really powerful. Like the scouts are sacrificing themselves, and it's like, wait, this has been taken over by the Jaegerists as like a rallying cry for them, right? And it's almost been corrupted in its own sense there. But yeah, absolutely, like that, the darkening and the
I don't think a show, I'm trying to just recall any other shows I've seen, anime or live action or movies or anything, and I'm trying to think if there's been another story that has had as many shocking revelations as Attack on Titan has had. Because that's something I think Attack on Titan has done better than almost any other show, which is reveals of information. Yeah. Because you start out in this show, you don't know a single thing. Yep. Or you think you do, and then all of a sudden you have so many questions, no answers, and you refuse to get answers for seasons.
Full season. We didn't know what was in that freaking basement for the longest time.
They forgot about the basement, and they even commented on that.
Yeah,
they're like, maybe we should go back to the basement.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and then maybe 3 questions are answered, and you get 10 more. Once you realize that they're not the center of the world, and I mean, you've always been like, well, what's outside the walls,
right? Is there anyone else? Are there more?
That's what
walls?
The whole thing was about,
right?
And then it's just spirals like that. There's so many good revelations. I mean, when you learn about who the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan are. That's like one of the best revelations ever. I think
that's so good because it's done so well, non-anime way. It's done completely like it goes against its own rules, and it's just so refreshing to have this just like tell it how it is. Just go right to it. No exposition on like what their internal thoughts are. It's happening.
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
like, oh yeah, so he's the everyone in that moment, and that moment, I'm focusing on that moment specifically. Everybody in that moment was looking at Reiner. Like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah. Like,
Aaron was, Bertold was, everybody was like, I cannot
"What are
believe
you?"
you're doing this right now.
Yeah.
So good. And then, I mean, there's several of those moments throughout the entire show
Right.
Yeah,
that most media doesn't do stuff like that, I think.
absolutely. And yeah, I just love the progression. Reiner specifically has been an awesome progression, right? I mean, Aaron, great, but like seeing, like, I love that scene where they're sitting in the basement of in like Liberio, right? It's like Aaron's like, I'm the same as you, right? And at that moment you don't understand exactly what it means. And then
It's
like
a
once you get there, you're like,
moment.
oh wait, I know exactly what it means, right? I want to save the world, quote unquote. And it's like, and that obviously Aaron saving the world is very different than Reiner saving the world.
Different than other
But,
people.
Yeah.
I really
so good.
I feel like also, just going back to your thing of the reveal, Sean, I feel like so many shows like build up this hype of like, this is like, there's an answer there, but you don't know what it's gonna be. And I feel, so many shows, it's just not a very satisfying reveal or a satisfying peak. And I feel like Attack on Titan really does deliver and is very satisfying with all these reveals. The hype is actually met, I think, with a lot of the reveals. And it's so hard to do that, I think. It's just so hard to consistently do that. Very, very good stuff.
Yeah, I think Attack on Titan is one of the shows that like it gets so hyped up, right? Everyone complains about the hype around Attack on Titan, dude. It's the only one of the few shows that actually meets that hype and even exceeds it.
It delivers a solid story.
Like, I don't care at this point I do care how it ends, but it's a great show. It's gonna be remembered forever. It could really go downhill, but it will forever. It's gonna hold a very good spot in my top anime, just because it's been a really great ride. It's been really well written, at least up until now. So
I'm trying to think of anything that I don't like about Attack on Titan.
Well, I mean, you guys gave it a 9 and an 8, so like, what are your complaints?
Well,
about,
it's
maybe this season specifically.
Yeah, I think so. Here's my opinion, and I want to dive into this. So, Mike, we've talked to you about this because you read the manga, and my initial opinion was that it felt really slow. To me, it almost felt like they were milking it. I was like, well, can't they just finish out the season, the whole rest of the end of Attack on Titan in 2 parts? Like, it feels to me like they're milking it. Your opinion was that it didn't really feel that way. They actually had to take the time to take a break and relax and go through all this information.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
There's 139 chapters of the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, if my memory serves me right. And like, end of 3rd season is chapter 90, was it 94, 95, I think. So you still got like almost 50 chapters left. Even at the end of the 3rd season. So you're
what's
like,
a chapter? I never got that with manga. Is a chapter a book? Like,
it's
for Attack on Titan, it kind of is.
Well, I think you get multiple chapters in one manga book. You get like 3 to 5 chapters
released,
in one book.
So Attack
what's
on
a
Titan
book called? What's a manga book called?
A volume.
Like a volume. A volume.
Yeah.
Same with light novels. Then
I think so.
Yeah.
So why do people measure it in chapters then instead of just volumes?
I don't know. I think you can sometimes get maybe bigger versions of volumes that.
Attack on Titan came out
chapters.
monthly though, so it would like come out. I forget what magazine or whatever it came out in.
Yeah,
I did mine online, obviously,
right?
Because I needed translation. But so it'd come out monthly, and you'd only get like a chapter a month. So I think now it's like going to be put into volumes once or now it's finished. I don't know if are they selling them in volumes. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. I should look into it.
I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So it's generally a chapter if it's a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Because light novels are released, per volume every, several months or whenever they finish writing it.
Right.
Years.
Right.
And it's like multiple chapters inside the light novel though, right?
Yeah, like a book, It's just that's just how
Bar and light novels only
are.
3 or 4 chapters each.
No. Generally not.
Are they like 10
It
chapters?
also depends on the show. Like, you could have 5-6 chapters in a book, or in a volume, but that's just like you could have short chapters and long chapters. So there's no like definitive length. That's why I feel that the chapters is kind of weird, a weird way to put it.
Yeah.
It's kind of goes back to my argument around like what do you call a season and what do you call like a part?
Yeah, where you go over arcs, not chapters of the manga or whatever, other way you can do it.
It's just kind of odd to me. But maybe it's just because I don't read them.
Yeah, I don't know. But, so yeah, going back to that, I think that's forgivable, I guess. I don't know, just maybe the wrong opinion that I had. The other thing was, for me, I personally, while the action and some of that animation was good, I would consider it even great in a lot of instances. I personally think Mappa could have done better, and I feel like that's so nitpicky. I know that's really nitpicky, but especially, I mean, there's a few scenes in there that are really good, but I don't know, there was a lot of stuff that felt very stoic during some of the most heated action scenes, especially in the first part, and that's very subjective probably, but I don't know, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen right after that and I was like, dude, this looks like a different studio. The choreography is way better. So I was just,
but it's also a different type of fighting style in Jujutsu Kaisen. That's way more actual, like jujutsu kung fu, moves, whereas Attack on Titan is much more, if anything, grappling, and now they have guns. So like, you don't.
It's almost like a
have
mech
that
anime.
same sort of there's action. Yeah, it is a mech anime.
But the very last episode or 2 of the most current season was really well done, right? When they start killing everyone, and that is what I was expecting. And they had other scenes in there that could have been up to that level, that weren't quite up to that level in the first part. So I want to be careful because I know like the animators are overworked. And I don't know, they probably have like 4 different shows that they're working on. So I feel like a greedy little anime dude that's like, oh, why is the animation so much better? It does
make sense though. Like, you probably should put your time into Attack on Titan rather than other shows.
Yeah.
Just, I'm not that I know how much it's being paid for, but like I imagine quite a bit, I think Attack on Titan's more popular than Jujutsu Kaisen.
I remember seeing an interview with the the director of Mappa, and his bags were like down to his cheeks. Like they were at like 2-inch bags.
It's so sad. Like,
it is really sad.
And they're not getting paid anything. So I'm like, whatever.
I feel bad like harking them on that because I know it's kind of unfair when you look at the actual stress that all these animators are going through every single day.
What do you think is stopping anime studios from just creating like a Patreon type system?
Maybe that's.
Do you think would there be a rule or a law against that? Maybe it is a cultural thing.
Well, I feel like that's a cultural thing because it's like getting a tip or getting a donation in a restaurant. How they don't do tips. It's like you're expected to be the best and perform the best no matter what. So doing a Patreon,
that kind of sucks because I imagine if they did make a Patreon, they would be making hundreds of thousands.
They'd be getting so much bank. You're right.
Frankly, though, I don't actually understand
anime studios. 100%.
I don't understand how they really make money. Like, I know they get it off like some figurines and stuff like that. But
they don't make any money.
Like how do they afford to like pay all these people? I mean, they don't pay them a lot, and they will overwork them to all hell. But
maybe
I don't understand how this works.
If they need to release more movies to pay, I mean, with the Mugen Train movie, how well that did. If they just need to make more of those just to get that revenue up, quality movies, I'll support that. Because TV, I don't know. TV, I don't know how good that is as far as a revenue standpoint. Probably not as good as a movie.
They make almost nothing off the anime itself. They make all the money off of
the merch,
merch and figures and stuff like that.
Man, that's
I would definitely be down for movies.
Yeah. It's like heartbreaking though. It's like a studio can go under if they have really, really good animation, but almost like a bad merch portion of their studio.
Or they just didn't get an IP they're popular enough, right?
Or DVDs. That's how they make a lot of money too.
Oh, DVDs, which is big in Japan for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there was
like here, no one buys DVDs anymore. You have to if you sold the files online, I'd buy them. no problem.
Right,
but
right.
there's issues with that too. So
Yeah, I would throw $20 at these animators, but I don't know. It's really tough and kind of just how it is, which is just silly.
yeah, no, it's nothing we can do to change it, which sucks. But
I want like this
what are
American.
you gonna do?
I want like an American studio or just maybe another foreign studio that has a crap ton of money to hire a bunch of animators and just make like a show and be like, yeah, we're gonna pay you triple. So just put like we'll have an extended timeline. We'll double the timeline, give you triple the budget, and now just go ham. Just go for it.
I think they won't do that though because it's not as profitable. It's easier to buy the rights to the anime once it's been made for dirt cheap over there than it is to actually create it here.
Netflix does some like stuff, right? With they'll sponsor anime. Didn't they do the same thing? They bought the licensing for JoJo's.
Did they really?
6. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, hopefully they're getting paid well.
I wonder how much it cost.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's I still don't understand like how it is. But yeah. What else has been on your mind about Attack on Titan? Just the kind of the pacing, slowness, and stuff like that. What about you, Sean? Same thing?
I don't know. I think the pacing's been good. Yeah, I don't know if I have any like major complaints.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because
I gave it a 9, but
yeah, maybe it's because
that's like a soft 9. It's maybe it is just because like I want to finish it as opposed to waiting.
Yeah.
Again, like,
and there's like this whole. I was reading about this the other day. It's like the peak ending graph where like you need to have like the climax be really like impressive and important, and the ending be really good, and that's basically how people remember shit. And I feel like this past part, it was kind of like the ending, especially, was very slow and not like, it was very important that scene happened.
Yeah.
Like, them, in Marley and stuff like that, like, learning about basically, what Aaron was talking about during the, that scene in Liberio, right, where he, shows the backstory of him, like, getting into Liberio. And also, like, him basically, like, learning that, these people are just people and not, like,
and that they're all
enemies.
Gonna die.
Right. And that they're all gonna fucking dude, the look that he had on his face of just like, I'm about to kill all these people. And
it's good. It's really good at this anime has been also good at not just like saying everything that needs to be explained, over explaining things. That's what I do really like
about it is you interpret a lot in Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Good stuff. And good shows. A lot of anime. There are many anime that do this, but anime definitely falls into the hole where it over explains and it can take away sometimes.
Yeah,
but
and a lot of times they do that to add context to something that makes no sense.
Yeah,
like especially with shonen power levels, like this is this special move. Like
absolutely.
Whereas in Attack on Titan, you don't need to do that because it's not necessarily like all the rules have really been explained at this point. All that's left is political maneuvering and emotional thoughts, and those you can't really explain. You kind of just have to show.
You can't quantify them. Yeah, it's like his power level's over 9,000. Yeah, that's one thing that grades me about like shonen is I get bored with shonen really quick because it just like they have to explain all these like movesets. I'm like, dude, just let me figure it out for myself. I want to solve the puzzle myself rather than having some side character explain it to me all the time. Like, dude, it just it makes me bored with the entire series when it does that.
Yeah. And there's also like what I did like with Attack on Titan 2 is how messy it is in a way. Like the story is messy. There's no clear winner. There's no clear loser. There's no clear right or wrong. Especially now and later in the season, you start out, and that's part of the progression that I think is amazing in Attack on Titan because you start out with there's a clear enemy. And it's the Titans. And then you realize, well, maybe they're not our enemy. Then you realize another person's our enemy. And then maybe they're not our enemy. It's just, and we're our own enemy now. And
and then you realize the Titans are actually victims because they've basically been, forced into that form against their will in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Also, I love the progression, like, because that follows Eren too, right? He goes from this black and white, very like, I want to kill all the Titans to having like this existential crisis during like the second and third season, like after the reveals of Bertolt and Reiner. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what makes a good show to me, or a good story, I should say, and I don't think it's just to me. It's like one of the fundamental rules of story crafting is character development.
Yeah.
And all the characters in Attack on Titan have character development, maybe except Levi. But like,
Yeah, that's true. Levi doesn't.
Yeah.
Besides him getting
he
blown
doesn't
the
need
fuck up.
too
the
much
majority of
character
people
development, though.
have great character development.
Mhm.
Even
Whether
like
that's a
side
positive
characters.
for them or negative,
Yeah.
they develop.
They do
Like
develop.
think about some of the side characters too. Like Historia is a great example.
Flock,
Like she's
you
had
know,
a bunch of stuff. Flock, John, right? He was such a dickhead in the first like couple seasons, and he's like, all right, now he's part of the gang, and like, you know, pretty. I think he's like the everyman. Like I totally 100% relate to Jean.
Yeah.
I'm like,
He's a good character
he's
to
like-
have in there.
yeah. I guess Mikasa kind of. I haven't really seen.
Yeah,
think-
she's definitely hadn't been very slow, but she has been changing as a character.
She might
I
be
think.
forced to develop extremely fast in this last part. The world or
Yeah.
am I the guy I want to be my boyfriend? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't know. She said she wants to be family in that
She
last
also-
episode.
Yeah.
That was her mistake right there.
Yeah,
that was
the big
it.
mistake. That was the
Her
wrong
family-
dialogue.
she family
option.
zoned
It's
herself.
fault that
Yeah.
the whole world is ending.
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's it's all amazing.
Now, the other interesting thing about the series itself, and we'll have to be kind of careful with, or Mike, you might have to be careful with your input on this, but I know there's some stuff on intros that have not been explained yet, have not been actually explained so far in the series.
Like what? Because I don't really pay attention
So,
to intros. So I
did
might
you
not
watch
know what you're
the
talking
season
about.
2 intro, Sean?
I've probably seen them all, but I haven't really like looked at them.
So it's good because I don't exactly know what's going to happen or what that represents. But I know in season 2, there's a scene with Zeke running. He's the monkey, right? He's running somewhere, but then he's got like 6 or 7 other giant animals behind him, like Titan-sized animals.
Yeah, like when they're all
with the
red
hearts
outline and stuff.
yeah.
And I have no idea. I mean, I thought that would be answered by now. I don't know what that means, if this is something that Aaron is going to unleash maybe later, because Aaron looks like this little whale thing. So that's kind of
Yeah, and
maybe
I don't-
maybe they're all
Looks like
types
a
of
giant-
usually they explain all the stuff from an intro in a season. So I don't know if it's just some metaphorical representation of how, you know, the Titans are in everybody or something like that. But
yeah, I just thought that
I
was a
don't
little
know.
interesting that it was focused in that way. Yeah, all the hearts and stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Maybe it'd be funny.
maybe it's
if
gonna be
they-
like some sort of metal bending situation where we realize like,
the animals are
Titan
Titans.
blood is in everything, and we
Yeah.
can all transform. You know?
That would be like Aaron ends the world by like turning every being into a Titan.
Oh, it'd be crazy. And then Titan Society forms.
Titan society. Wow. And you
What
got like
would it
Prometheus.
be like? It'd be like everyone just like smiling at each other. Really,
That'd
like
be so creepy.
oh yeah, dude. Also, speaking of Titans, just in general, I like how they've progressed. Just the Titans themselves, right, have progressed throughout the season. Where at first, like they were the threat, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
and then they become not even a thing. Like basically after second season, like Titans were like easy to kill. They just like did them like, all right, here's a
Yeah.
thunder spear or whatever. It's like, all right, Titans, we take these guys out. Like it's like our
easy.
breakfast,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, we eat Titans for breakfast. And then
I think
was it the whole Shinganshina this past season where they like all of a sudden all the Titans go and just was it Zeke spikes the wine, all of a sudden Titans become a total threat now because everyone's like fighting prepared to fight humans, and then Titans just come out of nowhere.
Come on,
oh
yep.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think that happens a lot with any type of show that has some sort of monster character as its threat. I mean, like, have you guys ever seen Walking Dead?
A
Some
little
of it,
bit. Yeah.
So like, it starts out in a zombie show, right? And it starts out where zombies, big deal, you know,
Yeah.
surviving from the zombies is the major part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But then at a certain point, it switches, and you know, zombies are just like an inconvenience or an annoyance.
Yeah.
and
Right.
the real problem is other people now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can think of a show where the
But-
monster or machine or whatever is
Yeah.
a constant threat throughout the whole thing.
But I like that But for me, what I like is that reverts back to also the Titans become an actual threat now. It's not just like the humans.
Or maybe it's like Titans are a threat. It's just we've dealt with them so well. But if you suddenly are faced with the Titan, still a problem.
Yeah, still.
There's kind of like a reminder, like, hey, we're still here. We can still eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. That was also
that was a good moment though, for sure, when they turned everybody into the Titans.
Yeah, that was
for me
good.
though, this past season, the highlight was the past episode. Just like where you sit there for like for 2 episodes, just going through like, all right, Aaron's now in like the spirit world or whatever we fucking want to call it, right? Titan world, and him and like Zeke kind of having this mental battle of like, who's gonna like come out on top here, and then all of a sudden Aaron flips the script and Zeke's like, "Excuse me, what?" And the Grisha, dude, that moment when obviously it's been memed to death at this point, but where Grisha's like kneeling, I don't want to kill the kids, and then Aaron just like is staring at him constantly.
Yeah. That's such a good meme.
But that whole 2 episode things is one of those moments in the show that was just kind of confusing. I feel like I need to rewatch that whole part again, because as you're watching it, first you're trying to understand where they're at and how time's progressing. And who's in whose memories. And there's a lot of unanswered questions that are hard to digest in the moment.
That's true. I think,
and that's definitely a problem with that.
Explain to you guys, like you asked me about it, like at that moment, I told you, like, all right, just think of it like Aaron sends memories to the past, and he can decide which ones he sends to.
Yeah, and
like,
that's
previous Attack on Titan.
But if we didn't have you, Mike, I would have had to rewatch some stuff. I personally, which is actually a good thing in my opinion, I feel like I have to rewatch a lot of season 2 and 3 to some things I feel like were explained in previous seasons, and I just missed them, or I'm not very well versed in the lore of the world. So sometimes things happen, and I'm just like, oh,
like,
what the heck? That was something we already knew. Oh, I don't know if I have anything specific. It's just some of the politics when there's like a political thing that happens. Like, when Historia has the kids, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, she had a kid? Was she forced? Is this something I don't know yet?
And I
or
guess
is it
that's only
something that we already
explained later,
know?
but like,
yeah,
that there are definitely things that happen with no explanation, where sometimes it would be nice to have an explanation.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more backstory. But you could argue it's one of the charms of Attack on Titan that it doesn't.
I would rather them teeter
hold
on
your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd rather them teeter on not explaining a ton, just go back and rewatch the stuff because we gave the answer to you before. Over explaining or re-explaining everything in the moment too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the best way to compare Attack on Titan is to Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones is the exact same thing. They don't explain much. You got to go back and rewatch and understand, okay, who relates to who, why does this family have beef with this other family? And they don't explain it. It's just like small little comments, and the same thing happens in Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just hope it doesn't end like Game of Thrones does.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll have to see. I'm okay. I don't think it's going to end like Game of Thrones. I have faith.
And even if it does, I'll still like it. I mean, I still like Game of Thrones, but
really,
because that was like a 10-year long show that had amazing content, and just because like 5 episodes weren't stellar doesn't mean it ruins.
Just 5? I don't know. I think everything from season, like halfway through season 6 onward, was kind of shit. Yeah. Season 7 and season 8 were both pretty shit.
But still, like,
no,
you had 6 seasons.
I liked them all. I just didn't like how it ended, but that doesn't mean that I dislike the story.
The 6 seasons up to that point, I think, are fair. It's like, that's great TV. Yeah, all in all, it's a great TV show, right? I don't know if that's at that point you can just say, yeah, I'm not going to watch the show anymore, because I've thought about it, just watching the first 6 seasons of Game of Thrones and just
But
stopping.
I'm also very much like a journey. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. You know, and whether it's in real life or whatever media I watch, I appreciate the journey to get there. So if the journey was enjoyable, I still like the whole thing.
Right.
And most of these shows, these long running shows, it's a journey to get to the end.
Right.
I enjoy the journey. So it's not really going to be a problem.
I think I'm
but a lot of
mostly
people
on that.
don't like if the destination's bad.
Yeah.
Screw the whole thing.
I'm usually pretty journey, but I think it pulls to that thing I was talking about earlier about like the like the climax ending, where most people remind it, and I feel like that explains a lot. It's like some of the climaxes in Game of Thrones were awesome, right? Red Wedding, obviously, big one. Joffrey's wedding, all the freaking weddings are climaxes.
All good points.
Weddings are terrible.
If there's a
That's what Game
wedding,
of Thrones
then
taught.
shit's about to go down.
Exactly,
basically.
Yeah. But except for all of Sansa's weddings, she never has good luck with that. But yeah. But the ending, yeah, just for me, it was totally like it's like have you seen the movie? I'm gonna spoil Inside Out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like where like basically like sadness plagues all these like nice memories and makes them just depressing. I feel like that's exactly how Game of Thrones is like. I see that how it's going to end, and then all of a sudden like it taints some of like the previous memories.
I could see that. I mean, for me, it's gonna be like, I would just be like, let's say Attack on Titan pulls a Game of Thrones. It's like really bad. It's a really bad ending. It makes no sense. It's like the writers just were like, you know what? I want to end this, and I'm just going to write this ending in because I feel like it. And then Mikasa turns into a Titan for no reason. She was the savior, and then Levi has kids with Mikasa, and then everyone dies or something. Like,
how'd you
I'm
know
keeping a
the
straight
ending?
face right now just to not bring any poker face, man.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so that sucks. And, maybe my view of the show is now 7 out of 10. Like, that's the biggest disrespect I'd give it is like, Attack on Titan, you had me at a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, but now you're a 7. Like, you are down here. But I still like the rest of it. Like, I would have very good memories of it.
What if it pulls a like a Code Geass ending?
Like a really, really good ending?
I mean, well, then it's good. I mean, that's what we're all hoping for, is that it's... Yeah. That it's an amazing ending, but
I think if it pulls a really good ending, then it's just I'm almost more just happy for the show. Like, I'm really happy with the show, and
you did it.
It's like you did it. You didn't fuck it up. Good job. I would just be like, great. Yep. I'm happy that it exists. Now I can tell everyone to watch the show, and it's gonna end well, and everyone's gonna be fully satisfied. But
I mean, I still recommend, even if it shows a bad ending, I recommend Game of Thrones to people, if they haven't seen it.
You just
even
warn
if
them.
Attack on Titan is a bad ending, I would still recommend it.
Yeah. You just say, hey, the ending's pretty controversial, but it's a great show all the way up until that point.
Yeah.
So
it's I don't know. I know Michael was talking about how there's the climax resolution, or most people remember. But I feel like I don't remember shows in that way, or media. I remember all the smaller moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one thing Attack on Titan does really well, moments. Like, I will go back and watch moments from Attack on Titan. Maybe not the entire series.
Yeah.
But, like, I'll pull up YouTube clips of 5-minute clips of, like, the moments, right?
Right.
And just, like,
that's
reliving that hype. Like,
yeah.
And it still it almost feels the exact same, like, when I first... maybe not the exact same. But there's still some moments where I'm like, I relive that.
Yeah. I will say, if it ends badly, it might cheapen the rest of the show. I might not want to rewatch it or something like that if the ending's really bad. Because now it's like, well, geez, okay, all these twists, but it ended in nothing. It led to nothing. So maybe I wouldn't want to rewatch it, but that might be the worst that happens for me personally. So
I don't know. The only thing we can do is wait and see.
Yep. We will have our hopes and prayers, and Mike already knows. So he already knows what fate awaits us soon.
Yep.
So
I hold your fate in my hands.
Yes.
No,
so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what goes. I
don't
want to play this totally cool. I'm not going to throughout this entire thing, when we're talking about future stuff, I'm straight face, poker face the entire time. So
what do you think is going to be the next Attack on Titan? Because that show has been like one of the front runners of anime. For 5, 6, 7 years now.
I think, okay, I want you guys to see what you think about what I'm about to say. Okay. Do you think Mushoku Tensei could be the next Attack on Titan? I am not sure if it could.
Is it Wit? It's Wit, right? Who does this?
It's like a new studio. It's like a studio made to make this show. It's like a special studio.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I think
Now-
Vinland Saga could definitely be it, because what we're looking for is a good seinen.
Is it gonna keep going?
There's a
Vinland
season
Saga?
2 has been announced of Vinland Saga.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Vinland Saga, I heard, changes a lot after the first season, though. It's a very different show after the first season.
Oh, interesting. Now, well, I want to go back to Colton's question though, because we're getting away from that.
Yeah.
As someone who's read the entire thing,
Mm-hmm.
like I've read all the light novels to Mushoku Tensei, I think it could easily be a show like Attack on Titan,
Okay.
like especially length,
Yeah.
and in scale,
Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Yeah.
Because it's...
But does it capture the same energy that Attack on Titan does, right? Where it's those, oh my gosh, like this total twist, right? Or these, and it's like the kind of dark, grim dark, where not grim dark, but like dark, where you'll have like these moments where there's a lot of gray morality, right? I feel like Mushoku Tensei has a lot more lighter tone to it compared to Attack on Titan.
It's definitely a different vibe. There are twists and turns, but for the most part, it's pretty clear.
Okay.
Like cut and dry who is bad and who is good.
Gotcha. Whereas
But
more gray
but
morality.
it definitely has the scale that can match Attack on Titan.
Gotcha. Okay. I could see Mushoku Tensei just coming from watching the first season. You know, it could go a lot of ways because there's just so much development left. I mean, it's about Rudis, and I'm assuming Rudis grows up, and it's about his whole life. He's only like 12 at the end of the first season. So
Yeah.
there's a lot left, and there's a lot of stuff to figure out. But I don't know, the world building in that show is really, really good. And yeah, I guess the morality in the first season, like gray morality tones, isn't that prevalent. But I would say in the first season of Attack on Titan, it wasn't super really focusing on those tones yet, at least.
That's true, yeah.
So
I would say, like, especially with Mushoku Tensei, it's very much like 3 or 4 shows in one. And what I mean by that is, like, each arc is kind of like a different genre of anime.
Oh, really?
In a way. Yeah. Like, there's the overall arcing plot, but the next arc is like a different show almost.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't know if you're comfortable, like, kind of doing, make, I guess, minor spoilers for it. Like, does it progress with, like, Root Deus, like, where, you know, obviously, Mushoku Tensei Isekai kind of shonen-y a little bit, I don't know. But then does it, like, when he's, like, you know, 18 or 20, does it become, okay, this is dark now, there's a lot more gray morality, a lot more political bullshit, where he's not sure what good guy, you know, he's not sure if he's a good person himself or anything like that, right? Like Attack on Titan.
I see what you're saying.
I could
Are you
see
comfortable talking about that at first?
I mean, it depends on Colton, I think.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm trying to, like, without Sean answering, I'm like, I could see it getting to that point. Kind of already is at that point in a little bit of a way. Just don't spoil it too much.
I mean, well,
Like,
far as, like, the last episode or 2 of Mushoku Tensei, the first season, it definitely starts getting into, I mean, the whole initial, like, season is, like, Rudis learning to be kind of like a regular person.
Yeah, right.
Because he's like
overcoming
this,
his past
he's
life
just a shut-in
mistakes.
otaku, you know, NEET, you know, from Japan, who, you know, didn't even go to his parents' funeral, you know,
Yeah.
and he's like just this despicable person, kind of. And then he's reborn and is really trying to do the good thing, you know, or trying to live his life as good as he can. And he's not perfect, but he's trying his best.
He's trying to become better.
And that's like, it's his struggle basically for most of the show.
Yeah. But then it changes.
And especially, like, he's a huge roadblock in the last episode.
Yeah.
You know,
that last episode was a lot. But
and I think we get into it more. We would get into that more in the second season, but, like, you know, and just how he progresses, you know, as a person. It's not necessarily like Attack on Titan is very much like a grandiose. This is like, you know, we're dealing with life or death across, you know, nations in the world, whereas Mushoku Tensei is very much an individual level.
Mm-hmm.
An individual journey.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's kind of the difference between them, I think.
Okay. So they will be very different
as far as morals go and things.
Gotcha.
But I really enjoyed it. It was one of the books that I had to like go out of my way to keep finding them and reading them.
Yeah.
Because I was really engrossed in the story.
Yeah.
What about any books that you've read that you haven't, that aren't like, have you watched any or read anything that's not adapted yet? That you think could be like extremely good?
Like on that scale of.
Yeah, Attack on Titan. Obviously, because you're more of a light novel than a manga guy, so
yeah, better, but all right.
Light novel supremacy.
We gotta all, on a separate note, while Sean is looking at that, we gotta all try to read like Berserk or something.
I would like to do that.
I want to read
because there's really no good adaptations of Berserk.
No, there isn't.
Like,
but the art is beautiful. I want to buy all the books, but it's literally $12 per volume or something. And I'd have to drop $300 to get all the volumes or something like that.
Wow.
It's like, no. But I really want to support the artist, but I really don't want to spend $300.
The author, right? I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, he has since, passed and
yeah.
But yeah.
What
is this? Mushoku
what
Tensei.
is so?
Yeah, there's 24 volumes of Mushoku Tensei.
How much does the first season
Tensei.
take over? Is it like 3 volumes?
Probably. Wait, how old is he there? It's the first 6 volumes, give or take.
Yeah, he's like 14 at the end of the. He's 14 at the end of the first season.
Yeah,
and
I would
Eris
say
is 15.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, it's so the next season would probably be up to volume 13.
Okay.
So they could do the whole of it in about 3 seasons, but it'd be 4 seasons.
Yeah.
You'd have to do.
So like basically
let's
100
see.
episodes, kind of. You're thinking 80 to 100 episodes.
Oof, I guess so.
That'd be cool.
I think the only thing that hasn't taken off as much as it could have, as far as things that were written, which is Overlord.
Yeah.
There's 14 volumes out of Overlord right now, with 15 technically, but 15 has been translated, and then 16 and 17 are going to be released this year, and that's it, I think.
Oh, it's the last volumes.
Yeah, and I think those volumes are dense,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I think it's only been about a volume or 2 per season, and there's been 3 seasons so far.
Okay.
Well,
so we're not even halfway
announce
through.
A 4th one?
I don't know. I think they did. Yeah, they did announce the 4th one, and that actually that whole story is like super dark, like really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
really dark.
Bipedal sheep.
Yeah, there's and it's one of those. It actually takes a complete twist because on most things, because the people in the show are the villains, really,
Right.
But you're rooting for them the entire time.
Yeah. It's like
But if you were any other character in this universe, you'd be like, "Oh my god, these guys are."
Yeah.
We need to find a hero to kill these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I love Ain's just one. It's fun him just being ridiculously overpowered, but 2, like he just doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just like some like normal guy, and he's like, all right, I gotta like try to like maintain my power, and like put on this persona and act when he's just like. And I love like the. I actually love, especially in the anime, how they have 2 different voice actors for his internal and external. Or is it the same voice actor?
I don't know if it is. It's a good range.
It's 2 different voices, right? And like how he puts on like this, very haughty persona as, Ain's old gone, and then like
the Overlord.
His internal like Momonga personality is like, oh, I'm just like talking like this, just a normal dude.
Yeah,
he's like, fuck. Like,
it's almost even more emphasized in the light novels. So
yeah,
he's
because you can do that.
is just all over the place.
Yeah, that's great. Right.
I don't think there's anything else that I've read that hasn't gotten an adaptation yet. that I would really want to. It's more like it just needs to keep going.
Yeah.
What was the Attack on Titan before Attack on Titan? What was that show, you think?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
either. I don't think there was.
Probably would have just been like Dragon Ball Z or something. You know?
Really?
Something like that.
Or like, would Code Geass have been? I mean, it's not that long running.
Maybe.
Well, what are we qualifying as a show like on Attack on Titan?
It's hard because
Attack long running,
yeah,
and widely renowned,
widely like acclaimed,
but also like darker and not like shonen based. Right?
And
so I feel like all the long running ones are like shonen, like Naruto, right? 300 was it 300 episodes or something like that?
Yeah,
Naruto.
I'm thinking of shows that also brought a lot of new people into anime. I know Attack on Titan inspired a whole new wave of watchers of anime.
Well, I don't think you would get that before Attack on Titan because that's when public opinion started to sway. So
I
guess maybe Ava. It's the only thing I could think of that has like the same cultural impact that
several movies would have done it.
Yeah. Your name. I guess you could argue it like Your Name could be a very big, positive impact on the community for getting more people.
There's Grimgar. You ever watched some anime Grimgar?
Heard of it?
I've seen 2
Fantasy and
episodes.
Ash.
Grimgar.
So, that's actually a really good anime, and it's like a really brutal take on an isekai. Because these kids get all of a sudden put in this other world, but they got nothing, and they gotta fight. Classic fantasy. You gotta fight goblins and things to get money and whatnot. But like, it's brutal. They don't have special powers. They're just regular people.
Yeah.
Or they have like low level spells and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, aren't they like all like gung ho? It's like, oh, it'll be an adventure, and it's like, oh wait,
initially, and then they're like, oh shoot, our friend died,
like,
and
that's
now
blood.
we're like barely eating bread every day because we can't afford anything.
Yeah,
because they're too scared to go into the wilderness to fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's 15 English translated volumes of that.
Wow.
Oh.
And I would guess that the first season is only volume 1, if that. Pretty impressive. So I feel like I need to start reading that because it's a lot.
I have a really cliche, like really anime nerd question to ask.
Okay.
But I'm really like curious. If you could live in a certain anime, what anime would you live in? That is such like a cringy question.
Oh, what the fuck,
Wait,
man?
What'd you say?
I said redo of healer.
Yeah,
but there's nothing guaranteeing that you'll be that guy.
It's joking.
God.
Honestly,
interspecies reviewers.
I want to be Anos Voldigold.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that would be
right.
awesome.
No,
Voldigold.
Let's put some clarifications on this. You are a side character, like an unknown.
No,
you're a
no.
red shirt. You're a red shirt in a.
That's not what Colton asked. Colton asked, what?
No,
Well, if you
because
could be in an anime, what would you
because
be?
you're not going to be the main character.
Why not?
There's no guarantee you'll be the main character, at least. Like, I guess you can work that hard, but if you're in Mushoku Tensei, I mean, Rude is gonna F you up because he had a lot more experience than you did.
Okay, what question am I being asked here? If I had to live as somebody in a universe, is that what I'm?
We can
do
the
main character,
both
just live in the universe.
We can do both versions, but for now, it's if you had to live in an anime universe of your choice, which one would you live in and why?
That's a good question. They all kind of suck to live in.
They kind of do. I mean, you could pick one that's really laid back, like interspecies
I could
reviewers.
pick like Your Name, and then I'm just like in regular world. Just
You're in the regular
living in
world.
Tokyo.
Is there any that's like
just with a meteorite or a meteor crash?
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
Just don't be close to that. Is there any that are just cool that don't have any like consequence? Is there any like happy-go-lucky show that has really cool stuff that nothing bad happens?
A slice of life anime.
Yeah, but then they also have
but then
powers.
it's usually at a school, you know.
Like school's fun. You're an adult, so you don't have to go to school.
School's fun.
Yeah.
School's
Honestly,
cool.
the Konosuba universe isn't too bad. Like it's a little chaotic, but
people die a lot there, don't they? I mean,
not
there's
really.
some
They usually
shit
get
that
reanimated by
happens.
Aqua. I mean, there's definitely some shit that happens, but like it's usually like it's pretty carefree.
Oh. Avatar: Last Airbender.
I was thinking about that one.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That would be a good one. But there's no guarantee you have bending. What if you get there and you can't bend?
Also, Also,
you're
you're not part of the
non-bender?
Fire Nation. Like you get fucked up
yeah.
by the Fire Nation. It's like, oh,
That kinda
great.
suck. I'm scrolling through all my shows right now.
I don't know what I would
figure this out.
like.
That's a good idea.
Could you?
I'd want to be at semi-modern. Like
Yeah. Like, at least there's toilets.
At least there's
that'd be
toilets.
nice.
Gosh, I this is stumping me, and I asked the question.
This is a good question.
A lot of them do.
Like
suck,
Demon
though.
Slayer, right out. I would not want to live
No.
in Demon Slayer.
Dude,
How
no
about
way.
Realist Hero? That's a modern one. If I could live, actually, no, that's any place there.
No,
Because
that's
if I
not-
live in the
that's not
kingdom,
modern
it'd be
enough.
awesome.
Honestly, you know what I do? I think I gotta look at this a different way. I gotta look at like the ones where the girls are the easiest to please. Like, because I'm not gonna get a superpower. So you may as well go where like you can easily get a harem.
Exactly.
That's like
It
the
just
best
speaks
you're
to
gonna
the
get, I
viewers.
think.
Well, that's honestly most animes.
Yeah. I mean, Nishoka Tensei would be fun, but I'm
Full
not.
Metal Alchemist would be pretty cool.
Oh, can anyone perform alchemy? Not
No.
anyone can do it, right?
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist would be pretty cool, especially since the world gets saved and you don't have to worry about saving it, and you're just kind of there.
That's true. Yeah.
Would Hunter x Hunter be a good one? I haven't watched the show.
God, no.
No, would that be a bad
No,
one?
that would not be good. Well, maybe. I mean, you can be a hunter and then you can go do things. I don't know.
Yeah. Which one?
Probably
which,
wouldn't.
It's the opposite of what most like anime would be, because most anime it's like, all right, the stakes are high, right? And
Yeah.
like we're looking for one where
I'm trying to
no one
where
really
I won't
cares.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. How heavy are your dumbbells? I just get a workout.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just normal,
Isn't that
except
just
for the
normal
guy
life?
who can. Yeah, except for the guy who can just rip out his shirt.
Yo, I
like
saw a
he's like just a
clip.
normal skinny guy, and he like pulls off his shirt.
I
and it's
saw
just
that
like
great one.
extremely
clip.
ripped.
It's like was that the one that Sean sent us? He's just like
Side adjuster.
Yeah.
Chest.
Oh man,
Look-
you should honestly watch that anime. It's so good.
That's
it's really
good.
funny.
That's good.
Also, props to that anime for actually like they give you like legitimate exercises like in
Yeah.
like the transition periods between episodes. They're like, all right, here's how you do an episode, like a specific exercise.
The sport climbing girls anime.
But that's just regular world again.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of girls that are rock
there's a bunch
climbers.
of-
It'd be
yeah.
perfect for me.
Yep, that's true.
Yep.
What's one that's
All
just
right,
like really
There's no
easy?
guys in that club, so obviously they need someone there.
Yeah. If there was a world where Kaijo existed, that would be a pretty fun world to exist in.
Kaicho, yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of be on the side.
Okay, actually, here's a one.
Well, you could
It'd be
just
kinda
pick
cool.
Kaijo, and then you're just,
Yeah.
it's a sport that exists, and it's normal everywhere else.
What about Dr. Stone?
I don't know.
Oh,
you might be
no,
one of
that'd
the,
be terrible.
Yeah, I think that'd be
I
bad.
think that'd be kind of fun though. Like you're basically like, all right, because you get the same thing that what's his face, the main dude. I mean, you're not as good as him, but still, like, okay, I can learn how to like create stuff and build stuff from.
You're telling me if you were put back in the Stone Ages, you could make a light bulb?
I don't know about making a light
glass
bulb, but I
blowing?
could definitely make some like cool shit.
There's no way I would get anywhere near the level of technology they're trying to do. I could just live off the land, but like that would suck.
Yeah, you're like the gosh, what's that guy who just like lives, or he just like spends time and like builds stuff in the woods of like Australia.
That guy, the primitive
Yeah,
technology.
primitive technology. Yeah, he's like, oh, just super chill. Farming your taro, whatever it is.
Mushoku
let's see.
Tensei wouldn't be that bad, actually.
It wouldn't
No.
be the
'Cause
worst.
you get the same buffs that what's his face does, right? Because like
Rudis?
you understand like
Well, that's
how
another
things work.
qualification. Are you saying that you're reborn into this
I'm
world with the
saying
same?
if-
You're getting isekai.
I was saying
or
that you-
are you just a person? In there?
You so specifically,
No
it was
knowledge.
like if you are your age now, and then you got transported to that world or lived in that world. I think
Oh,
Mushoku Tensei
okay.
would not be good, just because I can't. I'd just be starting from ground zero, and I'd just be another guy.
So
But
my
if I was
current age,
reincarnated,
when I get put
Mushoku
in one of
Tensei
these
would be
worlds.
amazing.
Overlord. No. Okay.
Overboard.
yeah, no, that'd be the worst, absolutely the worst one.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one I saw that like didn't sound. Oh, yo, I want to be in Beastars. Give me Beastars.
Okay,
Okay, Golden.
Furry's dream
Yep.
right there.
yeah, right, yeah.
Disclaimer: I am not.
Have
a
you guys
furry.
watched Real Life?
I've not watched Real Life.
I've never heard.
It's like this guy. It's like a show where you're just a dude, a working class guy, and then there's this company that gives you a pill, and then you get sent back to like high school to redo parts of your life.
That'd be
it's like
fun.
It's like a slice of life type deal. That would be good because then
cool.
you could potentially go to this company and get to redo stuff.
To be honest,
it's like a double isekai.
Here's the thing. But I wouldn't meet you guys.
That's true. But no, you would.
In either of these cases, we're not meeting each other.
That's true.
That's true.
We're going to a different world.
Well, here's the thing. Honestly, to be completely honest, if you just got transported to Sword Art Online's world, VR is perfect. You've already peaked.
You know what? That's a great option.
That's a pretty
I probably
good
would
option.
just pick that.
That's a pretty good option.
I'm sorry to say, I think I'd also pick that option. That's
like
a pretty
a
damn good option.
Like,
but you don't like that type of VR though, Michael.
I never said I don't like that type of VR. Oh. Actually, no, I did actually say that. It's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. The world gets saved for you.
Of all the picks, it's not the worst.
It's probably one of the best.
Wait,
honestly.
no, I know.
Probably is.
Restaurant to Another World.
Why?
Yeah, if I can eat at that restaurant, heck yeah. Or Food Wars for that case, you know.
Food Wars, yeah.
But then, again, you're not guaranteeing you're going to be a character that's going to be able to eat that food. You're just in that world.
You're just in the world, yeah.
Pet Girl of Sakura So. I'm just literally going through.
Would you guys live in the Dragon Ball Z universe? Would that just be terrifying?
Oh, God. Yeah, that'd be definitely terrifying. How many times does Earth get destroyed in that universe?
I mean, people die a lot. I think they just don't show it, right? In that universe. I think a lot of people die.
Which one?
Dragon Ball Z. Planets explode.
Well, yeah, you die all the time, and then if you're a main character, you just get wished back to life.
Oh man!
Well, actually, they usually wish back the people of the Earth.
I think
that happens twice.
So you will die then. You will die at some point.
You will die, but then get immediately revived.
Yeah.
Slime Isekai isn't too bad.
Would it be though? That sounds kind of brutal.
No, but if you become part of
demon lords all over the place.
Yeah, but if you become like part of a demon lord's like thing, you get powers. But then there's a lot of really powerful people who can just wipe you off the face of the earth.
That sounds kind of rough.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah, that's Vinland Saga. No,
no, that's just Norway.
I would not last long.
2,000 years ago.
Yeah, I think probably Sword Art. That's gotta be the best option.
That'd be the best option, I think. Yeah.
That hurts me. That hurts my soul. Saying that Sword Art's the best option.
All right, so what about if you could go to this world and actually be like a main character or have the powers that you want? You didn't have to have the chance it. Sword Art.
No, honestly, probably Sword Art still.
Why?
Really?
Dude.
No way, dude.
What do you mean why? This guy's like saving the lives of people.
But now you actually have the ability to have the
long-term girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Stability.
Yeah.
Virtual game power. He's gonna be an engineer. Like
he's doing.
He's got things pretty well laid out.
I'd rather be like not One Punch Man because that would suck a lot. Mushoku Tensei would be a good option if you're like really good. If you like knew your shit and you were really powerful.
Who's the main character in that?
The main character in Domestic Girlfriend.
In the Devil's Sister Child or something.
That is just like a very specific like you could go to a lot of universes and just have the same circumstance and that's where you go.
Yep.
If you really want it. And if you had powers in Konosuba, yes, that would be really fun too.
Honestly, being Anos Voldigold would be pretty cool.
Bro, I would if I could do Jujutsu Kaisen, that would be so fun.
Yeah. I don't know, Slime Sakai is pretty fun.
It would gotta be Sword Art or Food Wars for me. I think.
Oh, if you could go to this high school and do the food.
If I was Soma, I mean, like, come on,
bro. That would be pretty. Like, that might be considered vanilla, but I think that's like fun. Like, you're like the best at cooking. You get to have your own arc.
That'd be awesome. I've always wanted to be able to cook like really good, so that'd be fun.
Could do that IRL.
Yeah, actually, that would be pretty fun. Yeah.
Dude, no. I was gonna say Spice and Wolf, and I'll just be the guy, but that's really specific.
Yeah, but you're also in the Spice and Wolf world, which kind of sucks.
Yeah,
because it's like
Overlord.
14th century.
If you were a main character in Overlord, heck yeah.
I think if you were a main character in Dragon Ball, you'd be pretty set. You'd be really powerful. Could do whatever you want. Get wished back to life.
Dragon Ball would be cool.
You would be so
be buff, and you just can fight people.
You'd be so buff. Yeah, you'd just be.
But are you English Goku or Japanese Goku?
English.
I'm English Goku.
Japanese Goku. I got this really high pitched voice. I'll pass on that one.
I know you guys haven't watched Space Dandy, but That would be a fun one to beat, either main character or in the universe of.
Yeah.
That's true.
Here's another good question is, like, what would be one where you would go into the universe and then completely, like, change everything because, like, the main character is, like, not your personality at all?
Yeah. Like, that you'd want
to... Like, where it, like, either screw everything up or make it, like, 1,000 times better. Like, either or, right?
Like, where I'd have to have influence and change.
Because, like, for me, if I went into Sword Art, I'd have a lot more fun because Kirito's just a blank slate.
Yeah.
I just want to see Sean's reaction to that.
I don't know what I would do.
I'm just trying to egg him on.
I think Overlord would be the most fun to do, and if you got to change stuff.
Yeah,
because you're starting out literally top tier power, right? Mm-hmm. Top tier world dominating subordinates, so you could do whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
With almost no repercussions.
Yeah. Or I know, like the perfect one is like going into a rom-com where like the guy is dense AF. Like I can be kind of dense, but like I'm not.
You're not that dense.
Not rom-com protag dense.
Yeah.
Yeah. High School DxD. There you go.
That'd be you could just be the main character in that. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Misfit,
but changing things, baby.
No, Misfit of Demon King Academy would be almost like a golden. Like if you're Artist Voltigard, you can do whatever you want.
Heck
you are like killing you can't kill you. So
I don't.
He's honestly Darling. Just going through school for the fun of it. Like there's no reason for him to be in school.
Yeah. Wait, no. My Dress Up Darling, because you'd be Gojo, but you'd be a little bit less dense. You'd be not dense as Gojo.
Then you only got one girl.
That's actually a really good
one
pick.
Girl that you can...
And you got Marin, which is best girl of last season.
But what if your new personality turns Marin off? What if Marin doesn't like your new personality?
Shit.
Yeah,
it's true because like
you can't be more forward because she. Yeah.
Wow, that's a big one.
Because I tend to like be tease people and like be a little bit more playful and I don't know.
And you can't sew, so like
that's true. Yeah,
that's true.
Well, I can stitch things. I can't sew well though.
I don't think you can make god tier cosplays though.
Yeah. No, that's very true. I can't. I'll have to like get a training course for my grandmother to actually do that.
Yeah, to even
she can stitch things.
Grandma, I'm gonna be isekai in about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
can you tell me how to
need
sew?
to learn how to sew. Just trust me on this. I really need to know.
It's really important to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, she'd be a perfect because she also paints too, and she'd be a
If you
resource,
I think if you could have psychic powers in Mob Psycho, that'd also be a good one. Because not a lot of people have psychic powers in that show, right?
I mean, just the main characters, really.
Right? Yeah. Do that too.
It's one of those things. Or My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
You actually have a pretty good chance if you were to be isekai in that world that you would have a superpower.
But then if you didn't, you'd just be
something like 70%, right?
Oh, 70% of people have powers?
So, some sort of quirk, whether or not it's like a powerful one.
I see.
But
man, that would be that's
but
good
you
odds.
get screwed with a terrible quirk though. Like what's the one that just makes your eyes bulge from your head, or like they're like stalks? that's all you get.
Oh my
god, stupid ones in that for sure.
That's awful. What a terrible one.
Yeah. No, my life.
Imagine you get like All Might though. Like, come on.
I don't know. I don't think I'd want All Might. It'd be like the not the one I'd want.
Really?
I mean, it's cool to be buff, but like.
It's like a switch thing, you could be buff if you wanted to.
I don't know. I would rather have like a bit more versatile. I mean, actually, it's pretty versatile power, but like, I don't know.
That show, if anything, proves that if you're like incredibly strong, you can get out of any situation.
Actually, no, I want the cloning one. Where like they have clone shit. That sounds really fun. Clones abilities for like 5 minutes. I mean, this is exactly what I talked about in that previous episode where it's like reference shit. It's like I can just clone your ability. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. You just like mess around with it. I don't know. Yeah, that's a fun question.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate anime question.
What
would you rather be in? Sorry, what were you saying, Sean? Or Mike?
No,
whichever you guys were talking.
Yeah, one thing I did want to ask you, Sean, is we're talking about a little about this. I think either last episode or the previous episode, the Halo show. So there's been a lot of. I think you only seen the first episode so far at that point.
No, I saw 2. I saw everything that was out at that point.
And you've been still watching it? I think there's 4 episodes now?
what just came out? Episode. Why is this taking so long to load? Episode 3 came out on Thursday, and I haven't seen that yet. So, but I will probably. I have so many shows to watch now.
Yeah,
I'm like, especially now when you find an anime that's like been out already, like Vinland Saga, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Michael told me about that. I started watching it. It's a 24 episode show.
Yeah.
This is going to take me weeks to get through. And then it means I can't watch anything else in that time because otherwise I'm not going to get through Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just get through Vinland Saga tonight. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, dude.
I need 3 hours to finish Vinland Saga.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I might be able to finish it tonight,
Yeah.
maybe, but probably
Just do
not.
it. Just like do, if you can, how during your normal work week, right? You've got your routine up to 8 o'clock at night. You're basically booked through your internal routine, right?
No, it depends
you
on
go
the
to
day.
the gym. Okay.
But like Tuesdays and Thursdays are the most open, but Thursdays I stream with you guys. So Tuesdays are really the only day that I actually have a lot of time to do stuff.
I see.
Otherwise I have 3 hours, let's say, a day. 2 to 3 hours a day, usually.
Oh,
so,
we can do that.
I mean, I'll get through it. It's just it's one of those things where I would watch a movie and that's it.
Yeah.
And there's lots of movies I need to watch.
See, for me, I was doing it during cooking. Whenever I'm cooking something, taking half an hour, I'll watch an episode of anime.
I can't do that. I can't focus
Yeah,
on those two things at
I
once.
can't do that either.
I can't either, but it's kind of enjoyable.
If I knew, yeah, it's it's cool to have the background ambiance.
Yeah.
Well, we already know that Michael and I experience content in very different ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's not something I can do is if I'm watching anime, it's the only or a show. It's usually the only thing I'm doing. The only time I can do it is if I've already seen the show. If I'm cooking, I'll put on Stargate or Psych or a TV show that I've seen before, so I don't have to pay attention because I've already seen it.
I have to be.
But if I'm watching something the first time, it has all of my attention.
Yeah, I'll get mad if someone tries to interrupt me while watching a new show. I'm very focused.
For me, the only thing I do is if it's Attack on Titan or anything, I know this is 100% I need to watch every moment of this. Yeah, I'll sit down and watch that. But if it's something popcorn anime or popcorn show, right? It's kind of just casual. I'll just throw it on in the background.
I
and
don't
just
know, man.
Do things.
Domestic girlfriend, you were not gonna have me. You're not gonna tear me away from that.
I'm Domestic Girlfriend, we all got drunk and watched together because that was
fully
that was the
I feel
only
like
way
I
to
don't remember a
consume that
quarter of
content.
that show because
Yeah.
Remember when we watched? Remember when we watched that one show with the kids and they died?
Bokurano.
That was also a wild show. I recommend everyone watch it if you've got nothing else to watch because it was kind of fun.
Dude, I remember you were really drunk. I think it was the first time we sat down. You were so toasted.
Drunk. I was really drunk when we watched that.
We got to episode 4 or 5 and you're like, oh my god,
it was actually wild. Some of those twists, and it was just went in directions that
there
none of
was
us
some
thought.
crazy weird episodes.
Yeah, there were some really weird episodes. Yeah,
with the girl and her teacher. I'm
that was wild.
And the sister is doing the teacher too, and you're like,
yeah,
what?
it's some real
was
weird
like
stuff
some domestic
happening.
girlfriend stuff.
Yeah,
right
I was
there.
that was saucy, and it's this is not what I thought I was.
That was in the
getting.
middle of this life or death show. What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all those kids just had fucked up problems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they had it was what it was.
I think overall that was a pretty good show.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it was
a
fun,
terrible show, but
it
not
was,
bad.
It was a 6.9 out of 10 or something.
Really? I thought it was a solid. That's for me. It's more of a 7.5.
7.5.
Solid
for me,
6.
It got boring when I was sober for it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If it's boring when you're sober, it shouldn't be boring when you're sober. That's straight 6.5 out of 10.
If you're bored and you're sober.
Frankly, after that episode, the first bit, there's another bit that was okay, this is crazy, and then I remember the other bits. I just don't remember some of that. It's like some of the fights. I'm like, this is just boring. I
Yeah,
don't care about this.
it was
Apparently,
not-
I don't care about this kid. He's just like
The fights were not even a consequence in that show. It's just about how the kids are gonna die.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are
Yeah.
they gonna do?
I mean, sometimes it was funny because like one of the main guys, you know how like he kept like beating up his sister, like actually like slapping her in the face. That was
right,
pretty
yeah.
wild at the beginning. You're just like,
what the
whoa.
heck?
yeah.
But it like tamed down after a while, and it just wasn't as fun anymore when they tamed it down.
when all of the kids died.
Yeah.
What's so many stories going
I
on?
don't care about the
Yeah.
kids. They're cannon fodder. That's right. Cannon
Yeah.
fodder.
Also, I
for
think
the
it got a
world.
little too convoluted at times. Like where
Yeah.
like was it the one girl was actually, or spoilers for Bokurano, but like the one girl wasn't actually, she was like part of the
Oh yeah, part of the whole system.
she was a secret agent. Wow.
yeah, she's like part of the system or whatever. And like it was like, oh, multiple worlds, you have to like destroy worlds to so that way the main world or whatever can survive. I'm like, stop with all this multi-dimensional shit.
Yeah.
Just make it about the these are just kids who are going to die and are like basically destined to die,
And we're never gonna
to
know.
fucking stop the Earth.
Yeah.
You know,
from
we
exploding.
should watch Elfen Laden together because since that was like one of my first, like that's my first like real anime that I watched.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I want to watch it again. A, because I want to watch it again, and B, I want to see what you guys think of it.
Is it gonna be?
Because now that we're all seasoned anime veterans,
right, seasoned.
I want to know like what you would think of the show, because in my mind it's a 10,
Oh really?
but this was also my mind at like 14.
Yeah. Is it like?
Yeah.
Do you think it's objectively a little bit more like cringe, I guess, compared to other shows, or like in that anime way?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know. I've heard.
It is edgy,
Okay, yeah, it's edgy.
but it's not like a cringe edgy. I
Okay,
don't think.
I don't know much about
Yeah,
that show.
It's not cringe edgy like Kirito is.
Just the blatant
But I think it'd be fun to
attack.
watch that because it's not short. It's like a 13 episode
No,
season.
we could make a night out of it. I've got a lot of time this week because Carly's gone for the week, so I get so much anime time this week.
Wow.
You know, can watch
Is
all.
she gone today?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, so you're saying we can game after this? Is what you're saying?
Potential. I do have other adult things, but I can maybe fit a game in. I can probably fit a game.
Other adult things.
I have adult things
you
to do.
just said you
yes.
had a lot of time this week.
I want to though. I want to play. I want to play game. I'm a gamer, guys. I would stream.
All right. I'm in.
But yeah, so.
Well, maybe that's where we ended today.
but yeah, we'll go stream. Just follow us on Twitch.
Hey, hop on our stream right now, guys,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
check
right.
it out.
Even though this is being like going to post in like a
It's
week
only
or two,
about 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
We're actually.
Yeah. We can have.
The episode that releases this Wednesday, I just edited today.
No.
So we're only like 3 days ahead of actual editing.
we might need it. We need to do an episode where we do another one.
We might need to get another
yeah,
episode.
we need to do
Yeah.
that.
Well, when we record at AX,
Well-
I imagine we'll get at least 2 or 3 episodes recorded.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we should get a fair amount of episodes recorded.
Do it once per night or once per day. Just like
Oh, easy.
That's like a cool
Also-
down thing that we can do.
what? I take it we're just going to bring one mic and then all split the mic.
I'm gonna probably skip. I'll bring my mic.
We could probably bring our own and then just
Yeah.
all hook it in.
That's what
All right.
that's what I think we should do. Just bring our.
I just feel
all
there's
our
going to be a
mics.
lot of echo.
Well, if it is, we'll figure it
Yeah.
out. That
We
time.
can edit that out.
We're all like crowded around one mic with our faces
Just-
like right here.
It's like
We
yeah, we're all
travel
like
thousands of miles to actually see each other in person, and then we just sit in other rooms.
like perfectly sound treat all the neighboring rooms. And like, okay, we can go. That would be pretty funny. But we also got some
would be
great,
funny.
great content coming. Can make a video out of it maybe too.
All right,
absolutely.
well, this has been almost a podcast.
We're almost
Thanks for listening.
We're almost an anime podcast at this point.
One day we will get there.
14%.
One day we might be an anime podcast.
One day,
Who knows?
One day we will get there though.
We talked about anime this entire podcast. and
Yeah,
we're saying
well, that was
one
the
day.
point. That's fine. I like anime, so I want to talk about anime. Screw the haters. Anime's cool.
All right. I'm going to try not to delete my entire recording right now. So we'll see what
Watch me
happens.
delete this entire recording and then the episode's long forever.